This week we're taking a look at the blackmail against Finnish psychotherapy patients, Experian's data handling, and the ransomware attack against an Indian pharmaceutical company. Welcome to the Hut6 InfoSec Roundup. Hello and welcome, my name is Alex James and this is the Hut6 InfoSec Roundup, where we take a look at some of the most pressing matters, latest trends and industry news from across the world of information security. First up this week, Amazon suffers insider data breach. It has been reported that Amazon has informed a number of users regarding a data breach involving employees sharing user data with an unnamed third party. In the last several days, and following the receipt of notification emails, affected Amazon users took to Twitter in an attempt to understand the details and extent of the breach. In the email, Amazon stated, quote, "Your email address was disclosed by an Amazon employee to a third party in violation of our policies. As a result, we have fired the employee, referring them to law enforcement, and are supporting law enforcement criminal prosecution." Though not the most commonly reported form of information security breach, around 70% of organisations observe that insider attacks are becoming more common, with the average cost of such a breach rising from $8.76 million in 2018 to $11.45 million in 2020. This is not the first time that Amazon has had to deal with an issue such as this. In January, the company let go a number of employees for disclosing email addresses and phone numbers. The company is yet to disclose how many users have been affected by this most recent breach. Psychotherapy clinic patients blackmailed. The records of around 300 Finnish psychotherapy patients have been published on the dark web following a breach that likely occurred several years earlier. In a public statement, the Helsinki-based clinic announced, quote, "Psychotherapy centre Vastaamo has been the victim of data breaches and blackmail," adding, "In recent days, the blackmailer has published sections of the information he obtained during the hacking. Now the blackmailer has begun to approach the victims of the breach with blackmail letters demanding a ransom." The data, which consists of highly sensitive therapy session notes, was stolen in attacks occurring in November of 2018 and March of 2019, and is being used to extort numerous patients, with the clinic itself reportedly being held to a further ransom of €450,000. One victim explained that the attacker, who referred to themselves as the random guy, had demanded €500 in Bitcoin under threat of releasing session notes completed when the victim was just a teenager. With the President of Finland labelling the attack as cruel, repulsive and shocking in many ways, a Finnish security researcher noted of the incident that, quote, "I am not aware of any such case anywhere in the world with such gross misuse of patient records." ICO hits Experian with enforcement action. This week, the UK's Information Commissioner's Office has announced that credit reference company Experian has been sharing the personal information of millions of people without the proper consent. Reportedly selling on data to third parties, including political parties, the company has been ordered by the ICO to make fundamental changes to how it handles data or face fines. The enforcement notice, which follows a 2-year ICO investigation, states that several credit reference agencies, including Experian, Equifax and TransUnion, were, quote, "trading, enriching and enhancing people's personal data without their knowledge, constituting a violation of data protection law." Noting that Equifax and TransUnion have made the requisite improvements and would not face further action, the data watchdog added that Experian did not go far enough and, quote, "did not accept that they were required to make changes set out by the ICO." Expressing their intent to appeal the decision, Experian stated, quote, "We believe the ICO's view goes beyond the legal requirements," adding, "This interpretation also risks damaging services that help consumers, thousands of small businesses and charities, especially as they try to recover from the COVID-19 crisis. Vaccine maker suffers cyber attack. An Indian pharmaceutical company has had operations halted at several global facilities following a significant ransomware attack. Drreddys, which is in the process of producing potential COVID-19 treatments, including Russia's Sputnik V vaccine, announced the news to a 4% fall in stock prices earlier this week, initially revealing very little in the way of details. Whether the attackers' motivations were purely monetary or intended to steal data is unclear, though the attack forced the temporary shutdown of some of Drreddys' production facilities and the precautionary isolation of data centers. In an update of the situation, Drreddy announced, quote, "We experienced an information security incident and consequently isolated the impacted services. Our investigation has not ascertained if any data breach in the incident pertained to personally identifiable information." Just the latest attack on vaccine research facilities, COVID-19 related information currently represents perhaps the world's most highly prized intellectual property. In July, the UK Security Minister James Brokenshire specifically called out the Russian government, stating, quote, "It's just completely unacceptable when we have organisations that are working so incredibly hard in our COVID response that agencies linked to the Russian state should have taken action to try and steal intellectual property." That's all we have for this week. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe and share, and if you're interested in finding out more about information security awareness training, please head over to the Hutsix website for your free demo.